Nigeria still doesn't produce industrial quality steel. Even though there was supposedly the world's largest steel mill was constructed in Nigeria. Now, what most people don't know is that the consultants who designed that steel mill recommended that steel mill should be sited just outside Onitsha. But as a direct result of the Biafran War, as a direct result of the Biafran War, it was the stated policy of Murtala Mohammed that we should not reward those Igbos.
Wow.
So now moved it to a forest in Kogi State instead. In fact, the Metallurgy Institute of Nigeria, which was already constructed prior to the steel mill, till today it's in Onitsha. That's why. Because that was constructed first. The steel mill was supposed to be next to the Metallurgy Institute. That's why Metallurgy Institute is in Onitsha, steel mill is in Kogi. But Nigeria ended up dribbling itself because we went and put it in Kogi where it's unviable. It has never produced anything in 40 plus years.
Onye ji onye na-ana ji onwe ya. Onye ji onye na-ana ji onwe ya. I have constantly told Nigeria this thing. Onye ona ji onye na-ana ji onwe ya. Yes. That is the case of Nigeria and ndị Igbo. Onye ji onye na-ana ji onwe ya. Because when you're holding somebody to the ground, you are not going anywhere. The both of you are there. That is it. Now, in my previous video, there are certain things I've said, and I kept to it. Some people will think it's arrogance. It is not arrogance. No, I'm telling you the obvious. In every nation, there is a salt of that nation that without that salt, things will not move. And let me help you understand this. If you are cooking a food and you refuse to put salt, the food will not be tasty. So, in this nation, Nigeria, Igbo is the salt. Now, when Nigeria splits, there will be another salt. But as the nation is now, the Igbo is the salt. And you mind how you treat the salt. You don't wash the salt away. No. You put the salt to sweeten what you are cooking. A feasibility study was done. You know what is feasibility study? For example, you want to do a business, you want to venture into something, you do the feasibility study, you know what amount it will take and how you cite your business. There are several things involved in the feasibility study. Most of you understand what I'm saying. Now, this feasibility study was done by Russian people who were to build the steel mill for Nigeria. After doing the feasibility study, they realized the most suitable place for that steel mill is Onitsha. That's the most suitable location. They have considered several things. It is not just the thoughts on Onitsha. No, they did a feasibility study and realized Onitsha was the best place. There are reasons they find Onitsha to be the best place. The River Niger there will help the movement because the bigger goods are moved through waters, the ships. They realize River Niger there will help it thrive. There is other factor. We have the Udi Hills, where you find the iron ore in Enugu, which is one of the best. One of the best, the Udi Hills. So it is, in closeness in terms of distance to Onitsha will make everything work. And this is one of the best iron ore. Now, the other thing they considered, because feasibility study is not just a one-sided study. It's not lopsided. They do everything, research on everything, how you can go about a thing. Like now, if you want to venture into any business right now in Nigeria, you meet people who do feasibility studies. They will tell you current rate of certain things, goods and services, where to source them, what rate at this present time. They can even tell you where will be suitable for your business. So these guys did feasibility studies and realized the best place this thing can be is Onitsha. Now, the other thing, that they considered in this feasibility study is the workforce. The workforce Onitsha was seen as the best. You don't have to start building um, housing developments for these people. No, you don't have to do that. The population will be coming from Onitsha. And there is a population that you need to do that work. So experts did this research and there was a conclusion that Onitsha was suitable. But what happened afterwards? After the war, that thing that used to creep into Nigerian head, that thing that satisfied them, even if it's to their detriment, it crept in again into the head of Mulitara Muhammad. Igbo must not have it. The salt of your nation must not have it. He wanted to yank the salt away as usual. He wanted to suppress Igbo. I started by saying, Onye Jonye na Anajonwe. The suppressed Igbo factor, which is still playing today, it crept in again. So in their foolishness, they shifted it to the deep forest in Ajaokuta, Kogi State. You know the place, if you are going to Abuja using from Enugu, you will pass the place. It takes like 20 minutes to cross. The project has been there. The reason for why the project was created is yet to be achieved since creation, more than 41 years ago. It suffered logistical and resource challenge. How to move, you need closeness in terms of feeding the steel mill with iron and the rest of them, movement, transportation, and the rest of them. Feasibility studies have concluded that this is how it will be easier. This is how you run this place. But hatred made people to yank the studies that were done. Meanwhile, the training center is still in Onitsha. The Metallurgy Training Institute, MTI. It's still intact, but producing nothing. You want to do Igbo man, you do Nigeria. And Udi in Enugu, their steel is one of the best and the purest. Imagine what Nigeria will be making from that, not just relying on crude oil. Diversification of our means of income. They wanted to do Igbo man. As far as Igbo is in Nigeria, they are the salt. This is not arrogance or pride. No, this is telling you the obvious. They are in charge. When they leave Nigeria, another people will replace them. It's so in most countries. But they wanted to deal with the Igbo man. If you hold somebody to the ground, you're holding yourself. They don't know that they are doing themselves. He wanted to hit the Igbo man. Shame on you. I pity Nigeria. I pity Nigeria. If Nigeria continues to treat the Igbo man the way they are treating the Igbo man, the Igbo man will still succeed. He could delay, but he will succeed. Because that succeeding thing in Igbo man is inbuilt. It's God. And this is where Igbo have an edge. I'm not saying Igbo takes lead in everything, no. But they have an edge in business and managing business more than any other. Then there is a place other people, other ethnicities can take lead. But in terms of managerial scale business, the Igbos have it. They don't need to acquire Masters of Business Administration to do that? No. You wonder why a trader who finished secondary school and goes into trading could. Check the Kosharis of today. They went to school later. Check all of them. Many of these billionaires from Igbo side, they went to school later. I leave you with this. I am happy David Hundein is also talking about it.